I don't normally get up in the morning. God, look at this frost on the car. Oh my God. That hurts to see. Don't miss that sound. What is going on, guys? It's Lawton here. Right now, it is 28 degrees out. Everything's frosted, everything's cold. It's pretty miserable out. This is the start of New York's winter. So today's a pretty exciting day though. For the longest time, I've been wanting to fix what I think is my biggest pet peeve about the car, and that is the ride height. Obviously besides like the power and everything, it's the ride height. I've been prepping the car to get coilovers on, and today's the day we're gonna get them on. So I have some BC Racing BR coilovers. I'm gonna talk more on it once we get to the shop. Let's head over. We have the spacers on. Early in the morning, we're gonna be meeting this awesome guy named Lee Caro. As you guys know, I've been into cars forever, and so finally this is like the first, I guess you could call, real performance modification. It's gonna make the car handle better, it's gonna look better, so let's head over. All right, guys, so we're here. We got the BC Racing coilovers right here. These are the BRs. Here they are. It's the first time you guys are seeing them. Got them off Marketplace, actually. So I bought it off a guy who had them on his car for just about a month or two. They're in really great condition, as you can see. You know, obviously there's no rust or anything like that. So yeah, we're gonna be dropping this car. I'm trying to think, because this is gonna be all year round. Well, I might lower it more in the summer, but for the winter, at least I'm thinking, like, I'm not sure if I wanna go 1.5 inches or 1.75 inches. We also got Lee over here, man. J&D Undercoating Mechanic. So if you guys are interested, if you guys are in my area in general and you guys want, you know, any undercoating done, and you do pretty much anything, right? Yeah. So he does anything. So anything done, I mean, you see some motors are right here. We got some pretty cool cars in here. We'll pop the phone number up right there, and I'll also put the Facebook up if you guys want to get in contact and get some stuff done. So shout out to Lee for getting the coilovers on, throwing it up on the lift. So what's generally the first step when removing coilovers off one of these cars?
I like to get the top all set so I don't have to mess around later. So you can get to them 13s, so drop the struts out. Then I get it up in the air. Cool. Usually start on the front because it takes more time.
Right, yeah.
There it is, one.
The old one. That's one done. Nice, number two.
For two.
So guys, these coilovers actually still have the warranty on them, which is pretty awesome. Comes with all the original paperwork, the 1-year warranty they have on this, which is great because, you know, buying these secondhand, you wouldn't normally expect that. Now, a question I'm gonna get a lot is probably, why did I choose coilovers over lowering springs? So first of all, I was looking at different brands, lowering springs, H&R, EMD. I was looking at the possibility of doing that. What I found is with these, my buddy has some springs on his car, and I mean, his shocks are absolutely just destroyed from running them. I mean, he's only had them on for about 2,500 miles, and you know, they're bottoming out, they're creaky. I understand that lowering springs give you 80% of the performance of coilovers for, you know, a lot less money. Want it to be done right on this car. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go coilovers so I don't need to replace my struts down the road. And if I were to do a strut and a lowering spring, I'd be dangerously close to coilover pricing. For the price I got these coils, I couldn't really beat it. Adjustability, and just so, you know, I don't need to replace things down the road from overuse. So let me ask you this, how many cars do you own?
I don't know right now.
Lost count?
Yeah.
Man, you got an S4. Is that another S4? SRT 10. What's easier, front or rear?
Rear.
Rear's easier? Okay.
Yeah, way easier.
Got the BC coils in, generally nice and locked in. So the guy told me that pretty low in the front. So he said start with spinning it 5 threads up. Apparently this was on, these coilovers are for this car, but he put them on an e-tron before, an Audi e-tron, which is extremely interesting. So we're gonna see our end links right here, the end links. So these are, I think, a little bit shorter. So we'll throw these on as well.
That's pretty low.
Is it?
Good.
We're gonna throw these, we're gonna keep these just in case for some reason I ever wanna throw it back to stock, which I don't know why I ever would. Good to have those. So far we have the front 2 on right here. It's looking nice and fresh in there. What we've come to the conclusion of is that it's very low. I think so. I have a picture actually of what the car looked like with these coilovers on when the previous owner had these. This is about the height. So he's got BBSs, but then again, those I think are smaller wheels. But that's pretty low. So we'll see. As you can see right there, look, e-tron. Interesting. So here are the end links. This end link is on. The ones with that, that's a massive difference. The length of a whole finger.
You gotta support this lower control arm before you take these bolts out because it springs under tension.
Oh yeah. So far, these Continental Viking Contact 7s have been great. Just normal driving around, feels great. Not as loud as I was expecting.
These are the adjusters for the rear springs.
Right now, these rears seem to be pretty high up compared to the fronts, but we really don't know. We won't know until we drop it, so. All right, let's see. The moment of truth, let's see. There we go. How's it gonna sit? Holy crap, that front's low. The rears actually are, but
This side is not very well.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for the winter.
that's pretty good. We're gonna adjust this. This is definitely a little too low in the front for sure. This one's a little bit high, and then this rear right one is just right where it's gonna end up being probably for the winter at least.
There's not a lot of room under here.
Because I believe the minimum that the BCs can be is an inch lower, and then the other side was a little bit lower, you know, maybe like 1.7 or something like that.
That's almost, but not quite.
Yeah.
Probably should go up a little more, right?
Yeah, in the front, yeah. So we're just raising up the front just a little bit to match the back. Dang, dude, that looks crazy. Guys, look at, wow, look at how much better that looks. Got about 2 fingers, 2 in the front. Touch lower in the front, which is pretty good. Wow, dude, just big difference. Just from walking around the car, you can just feel it. Just feels like a different car. So now, tell them about your undercoating process. How does this work? Why is it so good?
So we use NHOU, it's oil-based undercoat, yearly application. A lot of times after the first year, you can skip a year because it stays pretty well. It completely encapsulates your frame. It doesn't let any oxygen get to it, so if there's no oxygen, it can't oxidize. It's self-healing, stays wet. It's a great product, I've been using it for years.
So it just sprays on?
Yep.
Now look, we got a before right now, how it looks, and this is the clear one, correct?
Yes.
So yes, they have a black, clear. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like with it on. So here it is. If you look underneath, everything just looks wet. So this will be good for the winter. Keep everything nice under here. The undercoating done, so it prevents rust, and we got the coils on. So look at that. Look at the way it sits. Guys, there it is. There it is. Finally lowered. Look at that. So much better. So yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
No problem.
make sure you guys, if you guys are in the area, if you guys want your undercoating done, I'm excited for it because that's a big thing in the Northeast, is, you know, rust. We hate rust. We don't want to destroy the bottom of our cars. So if you need anything done, once again, I'll put the Facebook up if you want to go. We got the coilovers on. Everything's ready. So for all you guys that don't know, basically what the setup is right now, 15 mil spacers in the front, CTS turbo spacers, 20 mil CTS turbo spacers in the rear. We dropped it about 1.7 inches. We used the BC end links in the front, which I've heard mixed things about, but we're gonna switch those out anyways pretty soon. So now, guys, I cannot stress you how much different this car is just from, like, I mean, just walking around it feels lower. It feels amazing. So we're gonna get out there, we're gonna do some driving, and I'm gonna tell you guys the characteristic change that I feel in the car. I mean, here is a stock A3 right here. If you look at the difference, this is what we were at before. So if you look, that's about almost 5 fingers, about 4.5 fingers, and then now we're at 2 fingers. That's a big difference. Now the fitment, and I'm pretty happy with the fitment. I'm not gonna run spacers forever. I'm literally only running spacers for the winter. So this is just the winter setup for now. In the summer, I'm gonna be putting on proper tires and wheels that just fit correctly. Stock fitment, then my fitment now. So massive difference. I'm gonna get out on the road now and tell you guys how it feels. We're gonna be going over a couple things, all right? So the first thing is what everybody wants to hear, what the handling difference is like. Anybody who has an MQB car, they know that there is some pretty serious body roll stock. What made me get coilovers more than just the looks part is really the handling part. The body roll was awful when I first got this car. It was absolutely terrible. With this made it, I'd say 70% better. So, I mean, just from left to right, it's pretty insane how the steering input is just really nice. And I mean, it's just full confidence whenever you take it. There's just nothing holding me back. You come in here, you know, downshift into it, and there's just much less body roll. Absolutely changes the car. I would highly recommend this for some of you guys' first modifications for one of your MQB cars. Just driving around normal. It's just a more fun experience from switching lanes on the highway doing like 60 to, you know, switching lanes doing 30. It feels more like a sports car. It feels more like it should from factory. I have no regrets with it, and I think it feels great. The second thing, this is very important to a lot of people, and that is the ride quality. So I went with BC Racing BR coilovers, and so that is about, for coilovers, I'd say that's kind of middle of the road in terms of quality. Brand new, they're about $1,200, $1,300, something like that. So they're middle of the road. The ride quality, 10 being perfect, basically like OEM, and 1 being like your average slammed Civic. I'd put this at like a 7. Around small bumps, it's very good. Not really that noticeable. Big bumps, whenever you hit a big bump, it kind of feels like a little bit more noticeable for sure. They are also pretty easy to bottom out. Ever since I bought my car, I've created a habit just to swerve around potholes and not hit things. I don't bottom out too much. I bottomed out once or twice. But it does bottom out, and we're going over just little cracks in the road here, and I can't tell any difference right now.
So here we are, walking on the side of the road, got dropped off, gotta start hitchhiking now.
Man, hop on in, where are you trying to go? Only thing that's left to complete the package, like I said, is a rear sway bar, some end links in the rear, some adjustable ones, and then some front end links too, if you really want to go that far. The body roll that this car has, the coilovers don't 100% fix it. I'd say, like I said before, about a 70% increase in handling. If you guys are looking for a set of coilovers, then I would highly recommend these. Obviously, there's other brands. There's KW, there's BC, and then there's, you know, there's all the other brands that normally are a little bit more cost effective. But I feel like BC, for the money, you kind of can't really beat it. I guess the next step up is going to be getting into around the $2,000 range. That's going to be the next level up for coilovers, but for around $1,000, definitely the way to go. So yeah, that is it. Coilovers feel great, highly recommend it. So happy to have this mod done. It's a big thing that I've been wanting to have for a while. And so now the car, I'd say how it sits right now in terms of handling and feel with the wheel is how it should come from factory. What's next is just to complete the handling mods, and maybe we'll get into some power mods real soon. Comment down below what other content you guys want to see, or what other mods you want to see on this car. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.